Hey everybody, this is Kenny Cummins here of Chillin' with Kenny C right here on tmvcafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. Joining with my first guest of the evening, singer, songwriter, and I'm sorry to be a little peekaboo, but I see a special guest in the back. Nice to meet you. And
Always. I have three of them.
oh, you got three. Okay, well we got at least one of them just chilling in the bed. Miss Hannah Peterson is joining me right now. How's it going?
It's going good. It's been good.
Very excited to have you on the show. Thanks for being on.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me.
So we'll get to the beginning of your musical journey. Obviously, how did you get started into music?
So I came from a very musical family. My grandma even played guitar, not as much, but my dad played, and then my older brother played. And then when I was 9, I wanted to start learning, and my dad kind of just handed me a guitar and a book of chords and said, "Good luck." He wasn't much of a musical teacher, but he showed me a couple of things and I basically figured it out on my own. And then I was doing every talent show I possibly could. I was more of a singer first, like I had like a little karaoke machine and I was always singing. And I thought it would be awesome to learn how to play guitar with it. And now I've taken it a whole lot farther than even like the rest of my family has, took it steps further by accompanying the guitar with my singing.
So let's stay on karaoke because we all got that go-to song or songs we want to sing, whether it's by ourselves or whether it's the duet, hanging out with friends, family, loved ones, having a good time. So at that particular time, what was your go-to karaoke song or songs that you love singing?
Oh my gosh. So when I was a kid, when I was like little and I had my karaoke machine, it was High School Musical all the way. I was always singing High School Musical songs. Then I got older and it was all Miranda Lambert and Carrie Underwood from there.
Okay, I definitely remember High School Musical. That was definitely a top five TV show at its peak. Um, I haven't watched a single episode, but I see it on the timelines, social media timelines. Everybody watching High School Musical, seeing what's going on. So that's fascinating. It's just good to know that a show like High School Musical still remember after all these years. It launched so many people's careers as
Yeah,
well. So
absolutely.
it was definitely a fascinating show, and the success that it's had. So I think I like the show in particular, just how the careers have launched. A lot of
Yeah.
household names came from that show.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I mean, you look at like Zac Efron
yeah.
and his performance in The Greatest Show. It was really great to see him like all grown up and then performing in the same kind of way that he was performing in High School Musical just so many years later.
Yeah, absolutely. So I see you reside in New Mexico. I see.
Yes.
So obviously, New Mexico. How would you describe the music that's played there, as far as whether it's radio or just going out hearing the music? How would you describe the music that's out there?
Oh my gosh, the music scene out here, because it's very southwestern. We're very southwest over here. So it is a lot of country music. But as far as musicians go, like local musicians, there's definitely a lot of folk in there, but I'm hearing a lot of people's own style, their own take on the Western music culture, and I think that that's pretty cool, honestly. It's like there's so many different ways to do country music, and like even speaking for myself, I try to stay on the folkier side of things too.
So I see you released a song back in 2021, and the name of the song, it's a very intriguing song title, by the way. it's called
Thank you.
it's called "The Song I Never Wrote." That is your first release on the platforms. It came out about May 2021. So the song is 2 years old.
Yeah.
So go back to the time that you was writing the song. Talk a little bit about how that song came to be.
Oh, I uh I was divorced. I was married and divorced very young. I got married when I was 18, had a kid, and then we ended up getting a divorce. And it was one of those things like, shouldn't have even gotten married in the first place. We're too young. And so the song was just like a reflection back on that time in my life. And then I like remembered like this person that did not treat me well. Like I never bothered to write him a single song. He was so hateful towards me playing music. And I basically like flipped that around and was like, well, I never wrote a song about you. And now like look at all these songs that I have written and you were an afterthought. So I mean it's a little pettier than it sounds in song form, but that's basically how it is like, I have people that treat me right, and that was a time when I, didn't, and it was kind of like a in your face.
Man, I love that. Had nothing, no, not on. The song itself it sounds beautiful, and yeah, it's definitely some emotion to it. So I can definitely understand. Like, man, you did me wrong. Let me get this off my chest.
Yeah.
Let me get it off my
And it's also
chest.
like you're like I don't think about you anymore. Comes out in that song is like, man, it's like this like refreshing feeling almost of like, wow, this person is so far in my past that I barely even think about them anymore. It's a cool feeling, and I think I really tried to convey that in the song.
So check it out. Song I Never Wrote from Hannah Peterson. It's available on all the platforms right now. It's been out for over 2 years now. Um, Definitely support the local artists. Obviously, um, I'm pretty sure she's got more music on the way. That's going to be on the platforms down the road. But hey, you got to start somewhere. So go give that song a listen. And speaking of music on the way or on the horizon, any timetable for when maybe another song or two might be coming out in the foreseeable future?
And I am the world's worst procrastinator when it comes to recording music because it is like the harder part of things for me. But I've written so much music since then, and I'm excited to get it out. I have an album's worth of songs, at least, maybe two, of my own material. So now I just have to start putting in the work. I just bought my own house, and I've got the time and I've got the space now to really focus on my music. And I'm really blessed to have that because it's not something that I had for the past couple of years. So I've got that security and I am ready to start recording. So hopefully after the summer, I'll have some more music on the way.
So, as I was hearing you talk about the song a little bit earlier, you mentioned some of the songs she sang in the karaoke days, Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert. If there's one thing I know about Miranda Lambert, it's that she don't hold back on anything or
No.
anybody, ex, no matter. Like if you are not in her good graces per se, she gonna let you know about it.
She's
You
got
don't
that flame.
flame. Yeah, there you go. You're a complete opposite, obviously. Um, but Miranda, yeah, she ain't nothing to mess with. Not at
Uh,
all. Not
I
at all.
actually I have a song I wrote. It's called Some Girls, and it's basically like a shout out to the country girls that always learned how to ride horses, and I always loved that kind of culture. I worked with horses, but I am terrible at riding horses. And this kind of turned into a song. And in the song, I talk about how like my music was my passion and kind of compare passions. And I pay homage to Miranda Lambert in the second verse of the song. I actually bring up her name in the song. So she's like one of those idols, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So who else would you consider as maybe an influence or inspiration as it pertains to your music? As far as maybe other artists, different genres, or just someone, family, or someone in particular? Who do you consider as some other influences as it pertains to your music?
So Taylor Swift is a big one. I hate to sound like a cliche when I bring up Taylor Swift's name, but she is the name in the industry, and I grew up with every album that she came out with. She had something that would apply to my life. And I just watched this like young independent woman become like the top performer in the country. And it's very inspiring. It's very inspiring as somebody that sings the same kind of music that she started out with. So Taylor Swift is up there big time. Kelly Clarkson is a huge one for me too. And a lot of her music just speaks to me. And then there's one of the lesser known artists, but her name is LP. I'm not sure if you know of her or not.
I may or may not LP. I think I might be familiar with that name. LP.
Um, she's an incredible singer songwriter, and she has like the craziest vocal range, and she writes music for other artists like Beyonce and Rihanna, and she's awesome, and she's kind of climbed her way up the ladder too. And yeah, I'm just inspired by so many musicians. And then there's Black Pumas. You know, there's Eric Burton. He's in my hometown, you know. Me and him used to jam. And me and my boyfriend were talking the other day, and he was in Target, and one of their songs came on, and he's like, he made it, man. Like this really wholesome, amazing musician that like I looked up to because he was older than me. He's out there in the world and he's made it, you know? And it's I don't know. I'm just so inspired by all these musicians.
So Taylor, um, man, she started as a country artist, from my understanding. Then she went the pop route, and from my understanding, went through the situation with Scooter, and now got her music catalog, and now she's literally like re-releasing some of the albums that she got back.
Yeah,
And
big moves.
I mean, only Taylor Swift can have an album that was already an instant hit and say, you know what, I'm gonna redo it and do put my spin on it, and then that become an instant hit. Like there's no other artist, past, present, can say that. Like that just tells you how a superstar that Taylor Swift is. And obviously, I mean, I'm more of a quiet Swifty. I'm like I don't say it out loud, but I'll be listening to her music on the side. And I mean, I got respect for her as a human being, what she stands up for
Oh yeah.
a lot. So
I
she
I
inspired
included
me.
her in this report. It was a podcast assignment that I had for a class for college, and I did it on Taylor Swift and just like all the philanthropy that she's done, like good things for the world. And she
Yeah,
is just an amazing human being.
and she's got the one of the biggest tours of the year right now. Like
The eras.
yeah, and I had some friends that went to the Nashville show. You know, it was instant. It was sensational for what my friends have told me. I'm glad you brought up Black Pumas because I did see them perform almost less than 2 years ago at a festival from where I currently live in. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. There's a festival called Wellbird. and they were one of the headline performers, and it was my first time hearing them. I'm like, wow, why did not I not knew about them? I mean,
That
because
is
I've heard,
so crazy.
so I saw them. They had definitely had one of the best performances on that festival. So and I became an instant fan. I even have a Black Puma shirt from
Oh
that
my
festival.
gosh, that's
So
awesome.
shout out to Black
Yeah.
Pumas. They are great. If you
Yeah,
haven't,
Eric is from my hometown.
so there you go. So we get into the midpoint, 2023. You have already mentioned that you do have new music on the way. Anything else you have in the works? Maybe future shows, performances. What else is on the horizon for you as we approach the midpoint of
Oh,
2023?
I right now I just have really local shows. I try to stay active in the community. I try to go through like the breweries and everything, and I'm trying to branch out to like surrounding areas, but I'm also a mom and I have a job and I'm a full-time college student. So it's difficult to get out there as much as I would like to, but the summertime for me is a really great time to try to get music out there. It's my down time of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the song I didn't wrote for Hannah Peterson that is available on all the platforms. So while she is working on some new music, go keep the numbers up, keep streaming, keep playing that song, spread the word about it. Where can people find you on social media?
So I'm on Instagram and Facebook, hannahpeterson.music.
All right,
So
Hannah.
that'll be a way to find me on either of those.
All right,
And then
well,
oh, I'm sorry, and YouTube as well, the same username.
Hannah Peterson dot music, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So go
Yes, sir.
check it out. All the social media sites, and be on the lookout for some more music from Hannah in the foreseeable future. It was great having you on the show. I want to give a shout out to. I I know I saw one pet earlier, then I saw another pet. So we saw at least two of the three make a cameo appearance. I think once I upload this interview, it's gonna be Hannah Peterson featuring her pets. Uh,
Featuring Moo and Stain and Little Parm.
special cameos. We love the pets appearances and little babies as well, or just whoever wants to you know
Pop
contribute per
in.
se. Hop in, yeah. We all for the hopping. We are a hopping type of platform. We we
Awesome.
we love kids and we love pets on this show, obviously. Uh,
Good.
th- Thank you, Hannah, for your time. It's great having you on the show. Look forward to your new music in the future, and thanks again for your time.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
And you know what? Because of you, I just might have to go buy me a microphone because that microphone looks look. I I have to go give me a new microphone because of you.
It's a necessity.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So you take care,
All right.
Hannah. You enjoy your
Thank
night.
you.
Enjoy your weekend.
You as well. Bye
All right,
bye.
bye bye.